After scoring against Arsenal, Manchester City and Everton in his first 3 matches for Manchester United, you wouldn't have blamed Antony for thinking finding the net in the Premier League was much easier than had been led to believe. Antony scored just 8 goals in the Eredivisie in his last full season playing for Ajax, and yet, just a few weeks after swapping the Amsterdam Arena for Old Trafford, he already had 3 goals in supposedly the world's toughest division. The goals he scored at the start of the campaign were also brilliantly taken. His finish against City, although ultimately meaningless and scored in a heavy Manchester Derby defeat, was the pick of the bunch, and it boded well for the future. A fast start meant more goals were expected to come from Antony, but the months passed and his record in front of goal in the league began to look increasingly underwhelming and, for some supporters, perhaps a tad concerning. He managed to score against Everton in the FA Cup, Charlton in the Carabao Cup, Barcelona and Real Betis in the Europa League, but a goal in the league remained elusive, and his assist record, just a single assist all season, did not help his cause. Erik ten Hag continued to give his unwavering support to Antony throughout his barren winter months, and that patience was finally rewarded on Sunday, when Antony finally broke his goal-scoring duck in the league against Nottingham Forest. The spring flowers have bloomed and Antony seems to be bursting into life. His strike against Forest wasn't pretty, but that didn't matter, and it was his first goal in the Premier League since scoring at Goodison Park in October, for 6 months. Antony played like someone with a weight lifted from his shoulders after giving United the lead at the weekend. He was bright, dangerous, and he grew in stature throughout the contest, causing problems for left-back Renan Lodi. In the second half, Antony became the provider, and he assisted Diogo Dalot for the goal that ensured the 3 points. Ten Hag was asked about Antony in his post-match press conference, and he seemed to agree. In the start, Antony, had 1 or 2 moments where he should have passed to Christian Eriksen, he said. It's so important in top football. The timing, the right moment to bring the pass is huge. It makes every impact. It makes the difference between a goal and no goal. The goal he made, he was in the right spot, in the right moment to get the rebound. The second goal was a great team goal. How we built that up, the way Antony did it to bring the pass and in the right moment to bring the pass. Antony, knows, I know as well, when you are a striker, you need end product. But already he had quite a lot of end product. He scored in all competitions now, 8 goals, first year at United is not bad, and still games to go. But he has to do it. I can't say in every game, but many games if you want to be a top-class player, and especially in all of the competitions. In the Premier League, there are a lot of quality defenders and you have to act on a really high level. It was interesting that Ten Hag discussed the player's goal-scoring record in the league. It's clearly an area for improvement, and that's something Antony must work to better next year, if he is eventually going to be considered a successful signing. Ten Hag also challenged Antony to use his right foot more in his post-match press conference, and that's something supporters have been desperate to see, as his preference to cut inside, instead of taking the fullback on, is no secret. Antony has shown flashes of brilliance this season, and the next challenge for the player is to sustain those glimmers. If he eventually finds that consistency, it seems Antony has the quality to become an outstanding signing.